Good afternoon, this is Catherine. It is Sunday the 29th of May 2016. In the video, and yes, it's a motion video. Woo! Woo! In the video depicted there, we've got 2 large packets of corn chips, some rubber gloves and a Destiny's Child DVD. The Destiny's Child DVD is something I got somewhere. I can't remember if I got it for $1 or was given it or whatever. But that's simply to show scale. And the packet of rubber gloves. Now, this is a comment about a number of products available from Woolworths type stores. Here in New Zealand, certainly in the South Island, it's known as Countdown, although it's actually, as far as I know, it's all owned by the same, that in Australia it's called Woolworths. And when I was in Australia in 2015, in Easter, I noticed rubber gloves there, these like these, and they are 99 cents. Of course, in New Zealand, the exact same rubber gloves are $3.29. I made careful note when I was back in Australia recently, Easter 2016, and yet again, the rubber gloves are still here at $3.29, but in Australia they are 99 cents. They weigh about almost nothing. They're not particularly large. Obviously, a number of them pack into a box. They need shipping, obviously. I don't understand how they can be 99 cents in Australia and $3.29 in New Zealand for the same product between comparing Woolworths Australia and Countdown New Zealand, which is owned by Woolworths Australia. However, New Zealand isn't all bad. At least not at the moment. Because these are actually my favourite corn chips. They're generally the cheapest. Sometimes you can get the other Eater brand and a few other different brands on special. But that's a cough. That's just testing the reflex of the camera to detect coughing there. And these are actually, although I've sometimes bought other brands when they're on special, I actually prefer these ones. There's 3 flavours, of which I've only got 2 in packets here, because the other ones have got eaten. But anyway, so they've got the salted to the left and the cheese flavour to the right. And I do remember there was a test by somebody, it may have been the Consumer magazine or something, and whatever it was, it came to the conclusion these were actually the healthiest. I'm not sure if it's, maybe they were the lowest in sugar or salt, I can't remember. Anyway, I actually prefer them to the slightly dearer chips, corn chips. When I was in Australia, I specifically looked for corn chips to buy, because I wanted to take some somewhere. And I was specifically looking for these, and I went to Woolworths, and I think I actually went to more than one Woolworths, and there was none to be found. So, does that mean I've stopped making these, and New Zealand's just selling the last of the old stock, and once they're gone, they're gone? I don't know. At the nearest Countdown here, which is my normal one that I shop at, when I go to a Countdown, it's the one I stop at most often, the store's undergoing a major renovation, and there's only about half the number of shelves, and a whole lot of things are bunged up together and all that. And I went to get some corn chips the other day, and there was no shelf at all assigned for these. There was no price on the shelf. There was a handful of these packets bunged in with something else. No pricing or anything. And that's why there was no, the salsa was the other flavour, which they had none of. They had some cheese and some salted, so I got a couple of packets. And I'm wondering, when they're gone, is that going to be the last of them? Maybe I've got collector's items here. I don't know. So, but certainly in Australia, the home brand, Woolworths, it even actually says on the packet Woolworths, but sold in New Zealand at Countdown, sold in Australia at Woolworths supermarkets. I couldn't find these to buy in Australia, and as I say, there was only a few packets left in my local Countdown. Now, when they finish the renovations and they get the shelving put back as more shelving, instead of trying to run the whole store on half the amount of shelving, will they have a place on a shelf? Will there be some more there? Or will they be never to be seen again? I guess it's going to be one way to stop me buying corn chips, isn't it? Because I just don't like the other brands as much as I like these ones. Anyway, that was all. And if you do know a reason why, I know in New Zealand our grab, snatch and take, or Gestapo tax, is 15%, whereas in Australia it's 10%. But please explain to me why these are 99 cents in Australia and $3.29 in New Zealand. Exactly the same product, sold in basically the same shop. And at 1,000 miles shipping, I can't see the difference in price. And as I say, it's not just a one-off because I've tracked it for a year. Okay, that's long enough. This is Catherine, over and out.